Hey, this is Durward, and we're with the Aikido Virtual Dojo channel, myself and Marcin. And we're going to look at a particular exercise today that you can use to develop your sense of connection and also center line. And this is just simple, an exercise simply with the hands. So, of course, the body's engaged, and you can do this at different levels and different steps. And we're going to show you how we would do this from a very basic step to maybe something a little bit more advanced.
Today's practice that we want to share with you is about improving your capability to connect with your partner in an exercise, and also the support from the center and feeling the center of the partner. Actually, what we'll be doing is a simple connection, kind of like a shomen'uchi attack when we start the techniques. And what we want to do actually is I will try to touch Durward's center line. So I might go directly here for the center line. I might try to come a bit around, any way that feels correct in this situation, in a given situation when we are moving around. And the basic thing here about this exercise is that we want to stay in a way strong in the position, supporting this connection from the base, so that when I'm attacking, Durward doesn't let me touch him actually, so he will be deflecting it, my attacks. But he doesn't want to get rigid, and I don't want to get rigid, because if one of us gets rigid, it's very easy to go around. It's maybe not from the top here, but when he's rigid, I can easily maneuver him out and go around his arm, his protection. Okay, so you need to be solid, stable, but at the same time flexible enough to follow the changes in the energy of the attacker. When I'm trying here now, we can start moving around a little bit, so we can move together. It's another practice here is staying in a good position against the other one. And when I feel that there is an opening, I can try to move in. Maybe a bit lower, maybe towards the face, the head. So anything that feels, when I feel that there is an opening, I can try to use this opening, right? It's not a defined, we are not defining that I'm going always for the face, always for the chest, always for the knee or whatever. I'm just looking for openings. And whenever I feel that there is an opening, I'm trying to move in. And the role of Durward in this situation is simply to deflect it, but again, deflect from his center line, but not push to the side, not block in a way that would be pushing me to the side. Maybe we can change hands. And now Durward, maybe he can explain it or show.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, from the other side too, you want this connection from basically from the ground through your center and also all the way out through the arm. And it's not just about keeping the arm directly in front of the center, because that doesn't always work, but more being supported by the center and being fluid. Okay, enough that if there's a possibility or if there's an attack, that you're still able to move, and that hand is still somehow supporting and even protecting the center. Okay, so there's a feeling process going on here. And even if we change roles, as I'm feeling the process too, if I'm trying to touch Marcin, I really want to try and touch and see if I can get into his center. So I really want to feel how I can move into his center, not just to the side. So if I just hit him on the shoulder, on the arm here, that leaves a huge opening for me, for him to come in. And we're going to get into that maybe in just a minute.
Once we got the basics of this one hand connection, one arm connection movement together, and feeling the attack, the response, being able to support the response from the center, we can increase a little bit the level of this exercise and start with both hands. So again, I will be trying to touch Durward, but this time we need to coordinate the movement of both hands. So this is actually enabling us to split the attention, to split our attention and not being focused on one arm only and on moving one arm, one shoulder. But here we are working with both arms, both feet, the whole body. So actually this is increasing our level of consciousness of what is happening and having more than one point of focus in the movement with the partner. As you can see, I'm trying also, even if I'm coming from the side here, I'm still going on the center line. So if I can get Durward here, I will not only slash him or hit him here, but I will really get his center line and be able to push him away or push him down to the tatami. So even these movements from the side, they are not just movements from the side, but by really trying to connect into the center line all the time. And it can go from any position, any way that enables me to connect into his center.
Okay, so we take this to at least one more final step, then we do basically the same exercise. We're going to begin with two hands. And this time, there are no defined roles. So either one of us could go to touch towards the center line, and we both have to be ready to move in order to protect our own center line. So we use this feeling process, and also the connection with center. It's usually a good idea to begin slowly so that you can really feel what's happening. A lot of people try to go too fast with this type of exercise, and they miss a lot of what's going on here, just simply because they get too involved in the competition. So even if you get touched once or twice, or however many times, it's not a big deal. Allow yourself even sometimes to get touched just to feel that center line and just see if uke is, the other person, there's no uke here, sorry. So even if the other person is actually, touching that center line, or is even attempting to touch the center line. So you want to do that, and it keeps both of us alive, ready, open, connected. And as it gets a little bit more advanced, then you can move in a little bit faster, but only at the speed that both of you can actually continue to practice this.
But actually, if you align on one speed of movement, you want to move at the same speed. So it's not a good idea here to try to overcome by speeding up for a moment for one strike. It's not the point of this exercise. And then you might find some more interesting movements that might be happening. You might turn around or disconnect for a moment, connect again. It's all the time about getting your attention on the center line of your partner and protecting your own center line from being caught. Okay, so we hope you like this exercise and you're going to practice it in your own dojo, in your own Aikido practice.
And if you do, tell us what happens. Tell us what you find or what you learned, and write it down in the comments.
It would be really nice to read your opinions, your feedbacks, and see if you have other exercises similar or not similar that are improving the connection and the awareness of the center and center line. Thanks for watching, and see you soon again.